Good morning, everybody. If you're just joining us, welcome to yoga this morning. We're going to give people a little bit of time to sign on and get settled. So if you are just joining us, I invite you to grab your mat and have a seat. If you want to sit up on a pillow, or if you have a yoga blanket, you can sit on a yoga blanket. But we'll just take a few minutes to let people get in and get settled. If you're wondering, you won't need any extra props today. If you do want a blanket, again, I invite you to have a blanket, but other than that, you should be able to do all of this without props. But if you have props like yoga blocks, you are welcome to use them if you know that you like them. I won't be using any here just in case other people don't have them, but you are welcome to use them if you'd like. We're going to give it a few more minutes. If you're just joining us, welcome. I'm excited to do yoga with you all this morning. If I'm not interacting as much or saying hi to those people who are signing online, it's because I'm looking at the back of my phone screen. So I'm actually working on pulling up the alumni page now on my laptop so I can see who's here and say hi to you and say good morning. I'm coming to you from Wisconsin. If you're coming from the West Coast, welcome and good morning. If you're on the East Coast, good afternoon. I hope you're having a good day so far. And we'll get started a little after 9 a.m. just so people can get in and get settled. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to yoga this morning. If I haven't met you before yet, my name is Reverend Kelsey Beebe. I am an SNC alum. I had my bachelor's degree there and got my master's in dance there as well. I now live in Wisconsin, and I am here with my husband, who's also a pastor. I'm excited to be doing yoga with you. I did my yoga teacher training in Costa Rica while I was in graduate school. And we'll be doing a vinyasa flow style. I said this before, but in case you didn't hear it, you won't need any extra props. If you have props though, and you would like to use them, I invite you to do so. If you have blocks or a strap, or if you want to sit on a yoga blanket, I invite you to do so. This will be a beginning flow class. We'll go through some basics poses, and I hope you have a great time. I know a lot of us have been doing a lot of sitting since we've been home. I hope you've also had time to get out and walk if it's safe for you to do so. I hope this practice gives you time to really get into your body, to connect to your breath, and just feel cared for in this time. I know a lot of us are doing a lot to care for other people, so I hope you use this hour as a gift for yourself, as an hour just for you. And rather than taking care of everyone else, I invite you to let me take care of you for the next hour. As we get started, we're going to start with a brief breathing meditation. So I invite you to close your eyes, and I'll close mine with you. And as you do so, rest your hands wherever's comfortable on your lap. If you want to have more energy, if you need more energy, I invite you to have your palms face up. If you could use a little more grounding, I invite you to have your palms face down. And start to breathe in and out through your nose. And as you sit here and breathe, feel your spine lengthen as if there's a string pulling on the top of your head. Energy through your tailbone, all the way up through the top of your skull. And allow it to be soft. You don't need to force anything. Let your shoulders be soft. If your tongue is on the roof of your mouth, let it relax down. And as you breathe in and out through your nose, notice if the air coming in feels cooler than the air going out. Really feeling the sensation of your breath. Notice the small movements that happen in your torso as you breathe. Notice if you're really holding your belly in. See if you can allow your belly to expand on the inhale and retract on the exhale. If you're used to holding your belly in while you breathe, this might feel counterintuitive. And bring your attention to your rib cage. As you inhale, feel your rib cage expand with your lungs. And feel it retract with the exhale. See if you can feel the three-dimensionality of your rib cage as you breathe, so it expands not only to the front, but also to the sides and to the back. And like giving yourself a big hug, it comes in as you exhale. And then bring your attention to your shoulders. Feel them rise as you breathe in and lower as you breathe out. I invite you to set an intention for your yoga practice this morning. So choose a word or a phrase of something maybe you could use a little more of today. What do you need? Just choose one word or a short phrase. Once you know what you need, what you could use a little more of today, let that word or phrase ride your breath. Repeat it to yourself in your mind with every inhale and every exhale. Yoga is an ancient form of moving prayer, so I invite you to let this become your prayer for the next 45 minutes. Whether it's on your mind or not, it'll be in your body. Take 3 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, go ahead and blink your eyes open. Reach your arms overhead, bring your palms together. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart and see if you can follow your hands with your gaze. On an inhale, take your arms up overhead, looking up, and exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. And we'll do one more time. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Deep breath in and exhale, hands to your heart. We'll add on, inhale, arms reach overhead, looking up, and this time, lower your right hand down to the ground, reach your left arm up and over, looking up towards that top arm. If I'm opposite for you, that's okay. Just choose the side that works best for you. And then on an inhale, we'll come back, reaching the arms up. And exhale, lower your left arm down, reach your right arm up and over, looking up towards that top arm. Press your bottom hand into the ground. Then inhale, come back up, and exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. We'll do that one more time, adding on, inhale, reach the arms overhead. This time I'll do the same side as you. You're going to take your left hand down, reach your right arm up and over, looking up. We're going to add on, I want you to reach that right arm forward on a diagonal. Tuck your chin and your tailbone, getting a nice stretch through the side body. And then on an inhale, you're going to take that arm up and back on a diagonal. Open up through your chest. Breathe through the upper part of your chest. On an exhale, bring that arm back to neutral. And inhale, come back up. Bring the palms together, lower them to your chest. We'll do the other side. Inhale, take your arms overhead. And as you exhale, lower that right arm down, left arm reaches up and over. Think about pressing your left hip down. So your left arm is reaching up and over, left hip is reaching down. And then you're gonna reach that top arm on a diagonal, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Nice stretch through the left side body. And then on an inhale, take that upper arm back on a high diagonal. Breathe into the upper part of your chest. On an exhale, come back to neutral. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Take 2 deep breaths. We're going to go ahead and adjust. We're going to come to hands and knees. If you need a little extra cushion under your knees, you can use a blanket or a sweatshirt or whatever you have and place that underneath your knees. And have your hands slightly wider than your shoulders. I like to think of lining up my inner wrist with my outer shoulder. And spread your fingers wide. Your pointer finger or your middle finger can point forward. We want to have our knees directly under our hips, slightly wide. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, press into your hands and your shins. Tuck your chin and your tailbone. Hold here for a deep breath. Really spread your shoulder blades nice and wide. And then on an inhale, you're going to reach your head and tail up towards the ceiling. For cow pose, you have the option if you like to tuck your toes and press into your toes. And on an exhale, untuck your toes if they are tucked. Press into your shins and your hands, tucking in for cat pose like a black cat on Halloween. And then inhale, head and tail reach up. And exhale, curl in. This time, follow your breath. Take 2 more rounds on your own. Inhaling up. And exhaling to curl. And last time through cow pose, head and tail reach. Then find a neutral spine, pull your low belly in. And then step your knees as wide as your mat. Bring your big toes towards each other. We're gonna move towards child's pose. This is a great resting pose throughout class if you ever need to take a moment to reconnect to your breath and reground. From here, walk your hands back so they're 6 to 8 inches from your knees. And then you're gonna arch your back like we were in cow pose and press your hips heavy toward your heels. They might not reach, it depends on your anatomy, and everyone's anatomy is gonna be different here. So your hips may be far away from your heels, and that's okay. From here, as you keep lifting through the chest, walk your hands forward. This whole time, press your hands down into the mat. Keep lifting your chest. Walk those hands forward a little bit more. and then a little bit more, and eventually you'll be able to lower your forehead to the mat. If your forehead doesn't reach the mat, you can always stack your fists and rest your forehead on your fist. But if you're doing that, keep pressing down and forward and your hips down and back. So this is an option, or your hands can be out. You can go ahead and lower your elbows if that feels good. Forehead to the mat or to your fists. Take a few moments to breathe here. Again, this is a great pose to do if you ever need to take a moment throughout class to just rest and breathe. The forehead on the mat or on your fist is a great way to ground your spirit if you're feeling anxious. This is a great pose to do if you're having trouble sleeping. If you do this for about a minute before you go to bed, it should help you fall asleep easier. On an inhale, come back up to hands and knees. Keep your knees wide. If you've been using a blanket or a sweatshirt under your knees, go ahead and move that out of the way. So your knees stay wide, and bring your toes as wide as your knees. Walk your hands forward slightly. Lift your belly in for support. We do that not to make ourselves skinnier, but to support our spine. From here, press up and back for a downward dog with our knees bent. So my hands, just like in child's pose, are pressing down and forward. I want to press my hips back so there's energy from my hands all the way to my back. My knees are bent to protect my spine this early in the practice. On an inhale, we're going to warm up the body. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Legs lengthen. So your down dog leg should be about the same as your plank. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press back, bend your knees. Pull your low belly in. Inhale, shift forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, press back, hips high. We're going to make a slight adjustment. Inhale, shift forward, shoulders over wrists. This time, as you bend your knees, shift back, keep your hips low. Inhale, shift forward like a spring. Exhale, press back. We'll do two more. Aren't you so glad you came to yoga virtually this morning? Exhale, press back. Last one. Inhale, shift forward, and exhale, press back. From here, lengthen your legs. Maybe lower the heels. Take a few deep breaths. If you'd like, you can walk your feet to about hip distance apart and maybe pedal your feet out. We call this walking the dog. I want you to be mindful of your shoulders here. If you're feeling a lot of weight in your wrists, it probably means your shoulders are over your wrists like this. So I want you to think of pressing your chest closer to your thighs. Take two more deep breaths. When you're ready, walk your feet towards your hands. We're going to come up to a halfway lift. So your hands are on your shins, your spine is long. And then on an exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. So your knees are nice and bent here. Your hands do not have to be on the ground. If it feels better for support, you can have your hands on your legs. But let your chin tuck. Gently shake your head no. Gently nod your head yes. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins. One more time. Long spine, lift through your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Relax the neck at the bottom of your fold. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to your thighs. Think about bringing your shoulder blades together. That'll open up across your chest. Press your feet firm into the ground. That should fire up your legs. From here, belly pulls in, not so much that it tucks the tail, but so that it can support the spine. From here, take the arms out to a T pose. Your spine is already long, so all you have to do to stand is press into your feet. Inhale, lift those arms overhead. Stand tall. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Take 3 deep breaths. Find yourself standing. If you have low blood pressure, you may need to stay here for a few deep breaths. On an inhale, arms reach overhead. On an exhale, bend your knees, forward fold. On an inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, come up halfway this time, hands to thighs. Bend those knees a lot. Lift your toes so you can press into your feet. Shoulder blades come together toward your spine. Arms reach wide. Low belly lifts to support the back. As you inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 deep breaths. Inhale, arms reach high. We're diving right back in. We're going to add on. Exhale, hands to the ground. Bend your knees. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. From here, bend your knees so you can get your hands towards the ground. It can be just fingertips or full palm. Step your right foot back, followed by your left for downward dog. On an inhale, shift forward to plank. From here, I want you to lower your knees. We want to find a nice diagonal line from the top of our head down to our knees. Low belly pulls in to support the low back. From here, take a deep breath in. We're going to lower down. Hug your elbows in towards your ribs as you lower to the mat. Then untuck your toes. Low belly pulls in. Shoulder blades come together. From there, low cobra. Lift your chest. Hug your inner thighs towards each other. On an exhale, forehead to the mat. Inhale, low cobra. Lift the chest. Notice when I said lift the chest, if you lifted your chin. I want you to tuck your chin. Press the back of your head up. On an inhale, come up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward dog. On an inhale, lift your heels high. Bend your knees. Look forward. Step to the top of your mat. Come to a halfway lift on an inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Step your left foot back and then your right for downward dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. You have the option, lower the knees or keep the knees lifted. We want to keep that long line though. Take a deep breath in, hug the elbows in as you lower down. Untuck your toes. Hug the inner thighs together, low cobra, lift the chest. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. From here, press into your palms. Come up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Downward dog. 2 deep breaths here. Press your hands down and forward. Remember, child's pose is always an option. On an inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees. Look forward. Step forward to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Come up to that halfway point, hands on the thighs, arms reach out to a T, lift all the way up, hands to heart. Take 2 deep breaths here. We're gonna add on, inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees. This time, step only your right foot back. Turn your back heel down. From there, reach your heart forward. Press your feet firm into the mat and inhale, arms reach up. In this pose, we want to think of like our feet on skis. We don't want them in the same line. We want to think wider feet. So if you feel unstable, you can widen your feet as wide as your mat, and that'll help your pelvis neutralize. And from there, I want you to press into both feet. Your front foot presses down and forward. Your back foot presses down and back. From there, reach your arms forward. That right shoulder is going to want to open up. So think about drawing it forward to square your shoulders. From here, inhale, lift your heart. On an exhale, we're going to come halfway down. Your wrists come by your hips. Pull that low belly in. Think of a long diagonal line from your back foot through the top of your head. On an inhale, low cobra with your back. Lift your chest. As you exhale, plant your hands and adjust your feet. Downward dog. You can stay in a downward dog or take a vinyasa. The vinyasa is the shift forward through plank, through a cobra, and then back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, low cobra. Press into the tops of your feet. On your next inhale, press up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, move forward to the top of your mat. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Just the left foot steps back. Turn that heel down. If you want to widen your stance, you can. Lengthen the spine. Press into your feet. Inhale, arms reach high. This is warrior one. So my front knee is bent. My back leg is straight. My shoulders are squaring to the front of the room. Inhale, lift your chest. Breathe here. Notice if your tongue is on the roof of your mouth. Let it go. That's a really fun game to play when you're in traffic. But none of us are in traffic right now. But oftentimes when we're stressed, we put our tongue on the roof of our mouth. So it helps us relax if we let it go. On an exhale, chest to thigh. Arms reach back. Press into your feet here. Shoulder blades towards your spine. Inhale, lift your chest just a little bit. Exhale, downward dog. Listen to your body. Stay here in your down dog, or take a child's pose, or move through your vinyasa. I will guide the vinyasa. You'll shift forward to plank, lower down. You can lower the knees if you'd like. Inhale, untuck the toes, low cobra, and we'll all meet in downward dog. Take one more deep breath here. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step forward to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen your spine, come through the T as you lift all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart, stay here for 3 deep breaths. Maybe come back to the intention you set at the beginning of class. We're going to do some hip opening, just because I know a lot of us have been sitting like this, curled in, typing. So we want to open up this part of our body to help our spine. From here, bring your hands to your hips. We're going to bend our knees and step that right foot back. Keep your heel nice and lifted. So rather than pressing the heel down, I want to think about lifting it up. From there, think about squaring your hips. So you want to bring that right hip forward. Pull the low belly in for support. Lift your heart. And you can stay here with your hands on your hips for stability, or if you'd like, you can reach the arms up. Take 3 deep breaths. From here, you're going to turn your back heel down. Reach your arms wide. This is warrior two. So our front knee, we want it stacked right above our front heel. And we want it pointing forward. A lot of times, it's going to want to roll inward. So I want you to press into your pinky toe. Your back foot should be parallel to the back edge of your mat or pointed slightly in. Arms are wide. Gaze over your front fingertips. From here, on an inhale, we're going to straighten the front leg. Bring your palms together overhead. And then exhale, sink back down. When you sink, if that knee goes over your heel, take a wider stance. Then inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, lower down. 2 more. Inhale. As you lower, press into your back foot. 1 more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. We're going to stay here, warrior two legs. You're going to take your back hand on your back thigh, flip your front palm, lift that front arm high. Notice when you did that, if your leg straightened. See if you can keep that bend in your knee. Good. From there, straighten the leg. Bump that front hip forward slightly, reach up. Reverse triangle. From here, come back to warrior two. This is a transition pose. Bring your elbow to your front thigh. You can keep your back hand on your hip. Maybe open up that top shoulder. Or if you like, you can take the hand that's on your hip, reach it up and over. You should be able to look at your palm. For stability, look down. Not a whole lot of weight on this arm that's on your thigh. From there, you're going to press into your front leg, lengthen the knee, take your bottom arm down. You can have your hand on your shin. Not a whole lot of weight though, because we don't want all that pressure, especially on the knee. Or you can take the back of your hand on your shin and use it to press your right shoulder open. Breathe here. Notice if that tongue is on the roof of your mouth. How does she know? Every time. Bend your front knee. Come back through warrior two. Exhale, bring your hands down to frame your front leg. Lift your back heel, downward dog. You can stay here or take that vinyasa. Inhale, shift forward to plank, lower down. Inhale through cobra. Inhale, press up. Exhale, downward dog. When you're ready, inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Move forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Knees are bent. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Take a breath. Other side. I'm going to switch sides so you can see, but you're welcome to stay in the same position. You're going to bring your hands to your hips just like we did before. Bend your knees. Step that left foot back. Just like before, rather than pressing down through that heel, I want to lift it up. That'll keep my pelvis in alignment because when we put it down, you can see how that created a diagonal shift for my pelvis. Having the heel up brings my pelvis more under my shoulders. It'll open more through the front hip too. You can stay here or arms reach high. If you like, you can bend into that front knee a little more, but we want to keep that knee over the heel. Exhale, lower your back heel, arms wide. I want to think of rolling my back hip forward. Remember that front knee right over the heel. Notice if it comes inward. We want to press our pinky side down. You should be able to see your front big toe. From here, take the back hand down your back thigh, flip your front palm. Inhale, reach up. From there, press into your front foot. Straighten your front leg, bump your hips forward slightly. Really reach for your top hand. From here, bend into that front knee. Top elbow comes to the front thigh. And place your back hand on your. You can stay there, really opening through the top part of the chest, or if you'd like, take that back arm up and over, looking up at your palm or down at the ground. Again, not a whole lot of weight in this bottom arm. From here, press into your front foot, lengthen that front leg, take your bottom arm down. So we want to have our shoulders stacked. You can place your hand on your shin, but not a whole lot of weight. We don't want to collapse into it because that's a lot on your knee joint. If you'd like, you can take the back of your hand to the shin. Use that to open up your chest. Take a deep breath in. Out. And there, bend the knee. Come through your warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step back, downward dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Keep the knees lifted or lower them down. Lowering down. Inhale, low cobra. Inhale, press up to hands and knees. We're going to take a child's pose. So knees are wide, big toes touch. Press your hips back, forehead comes down. You can let your elbows rest on the mat. Again, if the forehead doesn't reach, you can always stack your fists. Take 4 deep breaths here. Rest for a moment. When you're ready, make your way to a downward dog. On an inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Look forward, step forward to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, arms reach high, up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Take 2 deep breaths. Find yourself first. We're going to do that same sequence. I'm going to add just a little bit to the beginning though. From here, press into your feet. On an inhale, you're going to reach your arms up and lift your right knee up. From there, we're going to keep reaching your hands up. You're going to reach your right foot back as you start to lean like a teeter-totter. Bend your left knee, reach your right toes and set them down for your high lunge. Breathe here, and then exhale, warrior two, arms wide. We're going to speed it up a little bit. Back hand on the back leg, front arm flips, reach it high. On an inhale, straighten your front leg. On an exhale, bend the knee, front elbow to thigh, top arm reaches up and over. From here, straighten that bottom leg, reach the left arm down, open up through the chest, come through warrior two, bend that front knee. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, downward dog. We're going to skip the vinyasa. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do the other side. So arms reach, left leg lifts. Keep reaching your arms. Send the left foot back. Bend your right knee. Reach your toes. Set them down. Heart lifts. Good. Warrior two. Back hand on the back thigh. Flip the front palm. Inhale, proud warrior. Reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg. Good. Side angle. Elbow to thigh. Top arm reaches up. From here, straighten that front leg. Press into the ball of your foot. Back of the hand to the shin. Come through warrior two. Cartwheel down. Downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward, step forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to do that one more time, a little faster. Take a breath. Here we go. Inhale, right knee lifts. Exhale, teeter-totter, reach it back. Toes come down. On inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Proud warrior, flip the palm. Good. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, side angle, front elbow to the thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Good. Straighten that front leg. Triangle pose. And then warrior two, bend that front knee. Good. And exhale, downward dog. You're halfway there. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward. Move forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Good, everybody. Hands to heart. Like I'm saying good, I can't see you. You're doing great. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, send it back. Reach those toes, set them down. Inhale, high lunge. Beautiful. Warrior two. Good. Proud warrior. Flip the front palm. Reach high. Side angle, elbow to thigh. Top arm reaches up. From there, triangle, straighten that front leg. Arm reaches down. Good. Through warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel. Stay in your down dog. Take a moment here. We're going to come to step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Rise up. Hands to heart. Bring your hands to your hips. And then step wide on your mat. And we want to have our toes more in and our heels more out. So the back of the side of your heel should be the widest part of your body. And take your arms out to the side. This will give you an idea of how wide I want your feet. So your wrists should be right over your foot. So if you find that you're here, congratulations, take a wider step. Once you're there, hands to your hips. Low belly lifts in. Reach your heart up. And then as you exhale, bend your knees just a little bit and reach your heart forward. Only go about halfway. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, come back up. Nice. This time we'll add on. Shift halfway, press into your feet. Take your hands right under your shoulders. Shift forward just a little bit. So that shift forward into the ball of your foot. Took your shoulders over your wrist. Walk your hands forward a little more. Pull your low belly in for support. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, maybe walk your hands back just a little bit. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, bend your elbows. Relax your neck. Inhale, lengthen. You can stay there. Or if you have it in you, you can walk your hands further back. And as you exhale, start to fold. Take 3 breaths here. Keep shifting your weight forward more towards the ball of your foot. And then on an inhale, lengthen your spine. Bring your hands under your shoulders so they're more forward again. Take your right hand, place it right under your nose so it's more in the center. Bring your left hand to your low back or to your hip. From here, press into your right hand, press into your feet, and then start to open up your left shoulder. So you're twisting to the left. And your right hip might want to shift to the side, but see if you can keep both hips equal. So you're just moving through your back. You can stay here, or you can take your left arm high. Take a deep breath. And exhale, fold. Just release for a moment. We'll go to the other side. So you'll bring your left hand right under your nose. Right hand comes to your hip or to your low back. Press into the hand that's on the ground. Press into your feet like you're trying to widen them even more. And then open up through the right side of your heart. Notice if that left hip shifted to the side. See if you can keep your hips even. You can stay there. Take your right arm up. When you're done, exhale, lower. From here, bring your knees to the ground. You're going to have a seat. Right. Bring the soles of your feet together. We're entering more into a cool down. Soles of feet together. For some people, it'll feel better to have your heels closer in. For others, it'll feel best to have your feet further away from you. Find whatever works. From there, hold on to your shins. Press your feet together. Lift the low belly, straighten your spine. Think about bringing your shoulder blades together. So if I were to turn to the side, and nice and lengthened. If you find that your low back is curling a lot, I want you to find something, a blanket, a sweatshirt, whatever you can, and place that right at the edge of your seat, and that'll help take the curve out of your spine. So crank your hips so your pelvis can be right underneath you. Wherever you are, keep pressing your feet together. Maybe close your eyes. Breathe deeply. And for about 15 seconds, I want you to press your feet together as much as you can, like all the effort into the world. Just press, 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 press your feet together. You might start to feel it in your inner hip, your inner groin. But press, press. 10, 9, 8, breathe, 7, 6, keep pressing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, fold forward. Reach your heart towards your toes. So I want you to notice that to fold forward, I didn't tuck my chin, I reached my heart. I'm going to reach my heart forward towards my feet. You don't have to press your feet together anymore. Just let them open. If you want, you can use your elbow on your inner thigh to press your hips wider. Pull your low belly in, and now tuck your chin, fold in. Take 3 more deep breaths. And then inhale, lengthen your spine, and then come back up. I'm going to turn to face you. You can keep staying where you are. From here, our feet are still together. You're going to extend your left leg out on a diagonal and bring your right foot in. Again, you are more than welcome to sit on top of a blanket or a pillow if that helps you feel more stable and allows for a little less tension in your hips. I know that it definitely helps me. So we want to flex through our left foot. Take your hands behind you, lengthen your spine. From here, you're going to take your right hand to your shin or to your thigh, your left hand to your shin or your thigh, and bring your right hand to your right hip. Press that right hip down, open up that right shoulder. You can stay here, leaning slightly to the left, or keep pressing that right hip down and reach your right arm up and over. As you do that, keep looking up, or for more stability, and then down. From here, I want you to notice if that right shoulder is coming forward and your arm is in front of your face. If that's the case, think about turning your armpit towards the ceiling. This is a great stretch for your low back. If you have a lot of low back pain, I recommend side stretching. And inhale, come back. We'll switch sides. So your left foot will come in, your right leg will extend out. Flex through that right foot. Take your hands behind you. I like to come onto my fingertips to press and lengthen. And from there, you're going to bring your right hand to your shin, left hand to your hip. Press that hip down and just start to lean slightly to the right. You can open up that left shoulder and you can stay here, or if you'd like, continue pressing that hip down as you reach the arm up and over on a diagonal. And again, you can look up or down. Again, make sure if that left arm is coming in front of your face, think about bringing it up by your ear and opening your chest towards the ceiling. Shine your armpits up. On an inhale, come back up and lower the hands. From there, we're going to come onto our backs. So have your feet planted. Make sure there's plenty of space behind you. You're going to take your hands at the backs of your thighs. Before we go to the ground, we're going to do just a little bit of abdominal work. From there, lengthen the spine. Bring your shoulder blades towards each other so you have a lot of strength in your back and support from your abdominal wall. From there, you're going to come onto just the balls of the feet. Keep lifting your chest. Low belly pulls in. Use your arms for support. Hug your elbows in. From there, maybe rock even further back. Just come onto your tips of your toes. Keep pulling the low belly in. From here, inhale, lift one shin, lift the other shin. Stay here. Use your arms. Lower the toes and lower the toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Doesn't matter which one you're lifting or lowering. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We'll do one more round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time, inhale, lift. Hug your low belly and use your arm strength. You can stay here or bring your inner thighs together for support. Maybe reach one arm forward. Maybe do the other. Maybe reach both. Keep lifting your chest. Good. Exhale. Hug your shins in towards your chest. Tuck your chin. Good. To modify this next piece, you can keep your hands on the backs of your thighs for support. But on an inhale, we're going to lift the shins, reach the arms out, or hold on to the backs of the thighs. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. I'm so glad I'm not doing this alone. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. Or maybe you're just watching me doing something. Okay, exhale, curl in. Inhale, lift. Last one. Exhale, curl. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall out to the side one more time. And use your hands, bring the knees, plant the feet. You can hold on to the backs of your thighs or reach your arms forward. Find the length of your spine, lift your chest, and then start to lower down along the spine. As soon as you can't keep that spine long anymore, tuck your tailbone, lower down, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. You can adjust if you need to, scoot your hips towards your heels, and just take a moment here. Walk your heels more towards your hips. Take your arms down by your sides, palms on the ground. From here, lift your low belly in slightly to adjust your pelvis. You're going to press into your feet and press into your shoulders. From there, lift your pelvis off the ground. Exhale, lower down. Good. We're going to do 3 more. Press into your feet, the backs of your shoulders, so much your hips get light and they just float. Exhale, lower. No need to force anything right now. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We'll do 1 more. Lift. Exhale, lower. From there, bend your right knee in. Take your hands around your shin. If that's a lot on your knee, you can take your hands to the back of the thigh. The foot is flexed. From here, you can either stay like this or extend your left leg long, flexing the left foot. Think about bringing that right knee over around the side of the ribcage, closer to your armpit. Stay here for a moment. If you feel your low back curling under and your left knee is bent, I want you to plant the foot. Keep the knee bent. This is really great for abdominal cramping. If you ever have constipation, this is great for that. Fair warning though, this is called wind releasing pose. So if you have a little extra wind, you're welcome. We're going to switch sides. If your left leg is extended, bend the knee, plant the foot, set your right foot back down. We'll do the other side. So the left knee comes in, hold on to either the shin or the back of the thigh, whichever feels best for your knee. And either stay here or extend your right leg long. Wherever you are with that right leg, think about taking your left knee over to the side and pull it up on a diagonal towards your armpit. Good. Again, if you feel your tailbone tucking under and that knee is bent, I want you to plant the foot instead of extending the leg. Stay here for a few deep breaths. Always want to do the right knee first and then the left, because that's the direction of our colon. So it wants to go up on the right and down on the left. From here, bend that right knee, plant the foot, plant the left foot. From here, take that right knee in, extend the leg up towards the ceiling. So rather than pulling my foot towards my face, instead I want to think of stacking my heel over my hip. If you want to keep your knee bent, if that feels better on your hamstring, you can do that. But press through the heel. Take a breath. Hands can be wherever feels comfortable. From there, cross your right ankle over your left knee. You might already feel a stretch through your outer right hip if you just stay there. Or if you'd like, we're going to bring the whole figure of the legs towards our chest. You'll reach your right hand through the legs. Interlace your fingers at the back of the thigh. Keep both feet flexed if that's your option. From here, you can pull your legs towards you, but I want you to roll just a hair to your left and then hug. You can use your right elbow to press your right knee more open. You think about lengthening through your tailbone. So if your tailbone's curled up off the ground like this, I want you to think of pressing it down, lengthening your spine. Switch sides. You're going to set your left foot down, extend the right leg. Keep pressing through the foot as you lower the leg, lengthened all the way to the ground. Good. Then bend the knee. And we'll do the other side. So left knee comes in, flex the foot to start, and then extend the leg towards the ceiling. Press the heel up towards the ceiling. Again, you can always keep your knee bent if that feels better on your hamstring. We're just resetting the femur into the hip bone. From there, you're going to bend the knee, cross the ankle over the thigh. Again, absolutely welcome to stay here. This is a great place to be if you already feel a stretch in your hip. This is doing you a lot of benefit. If you would like, you're going to take the whole figure of the leg towards your chest. If you pick that bottom foot off the ground, I want you to flex the foot. Reach your left hand through your legs. Interlace the hands at the back of the thigh. Flex your right foot. Lengthen through the spine. Pull your legs towards your chest if you can. Maybe use your left elbow to press your hip and breathe. Notice where you might be holding extra tension. See if you can let it go. Let this be restful. Exhale. Slowly lower the figure of the legs to come out. You're going to extend that left leg up one more time. Keep pressing through the heel as you lower it all the way to the front. Then this time, extend both legs. Reach your arms overhead. Take a long body stretch. And bend your knees. Plant your feet. Bring your hands on your belly. One hand on the low belly, one hand either on your low ribs, or you can place it on your heart, whatever feels most grounding for you. And then you're going to let your knees fall out to the side, soles of the feet together. Close your eyes. Trust that I will guide you through this. Turn your nose right up to the ceiling. Let the back of your head be nice and long. And we're going to count to 30. And as we count to 30, I want you to slowly bring your knees back to pointing towards the ceiling with your feet flat off the ground. So what we're doing right now is rewiring and recentering the central system, which I think we all need right. So as I count to 30, bring your knees back to center. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Your knees might start to shake. That's normal. 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 25, 27, 29. Here, keep the eyes closed if you can. Just extend your legs long. If it feels good, you can keep your hands on your belly, or you can let your arms rest by your sides, palms face up. You want a blanket over you or a sweatshirt, you can grab that now. We're going to move into our final Shavasana, which is our final resting pose. So you'll stay lying flat on the ground. We'll be here for a few minutes. So let your body rest, let your eyes close. Just take time here. I will let you know when it's time to come out. So simply relax and enjoy this moment. Let your heels be heavy. Let your legs be heavy. Feel the weight of your pelvis sinking into the ground. Let the organs of your belly sink and relax. Let your heart rest in the embrace of your lungs. Allow your lungs to sink and rest in the embrace of your rib cage. Allow your arms to be heavy. Relax your fingers. Soften through your shoulders, your collarbones. Relax the back of the throat to release your neck. Relax your tongue. Allow your cheeks to be heavy. Feel your eyes sink back like stones in a cool pond. Let your brain be heavy, sinking back into the embrace of your skull. And allow yourself to be held. Allow the ground to hold you. This being, this entity that asks for nothing in return, it simply holds you each and every day. As you feel ready, start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Maybe circle your wrists and your ankles. Allowing the eyes to stay closed as much as you can. Bend your knees and either plant your feet or hug them in towards your chest. Very slowly roll onto the right side of your body. Use your right arm as a pillow. And as you're ready, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. We'll all meet with our palms together at heart center and our eyes closed, our chin tucked slightly. Take a moment to come back to the intention you set at the beginning. I want you to imagine that you are holding whatever that is in between your palms. So maybe create just a little bit of space between your base knuckles as if you're holding something precious. Imagine that being a little ball of light. And very slowly place your right hand on your heart and your left hand on top of that, as if you are welcoming in that thing that you needed. Let it fill your body. Very slowly bring your palms back together. Keeping your palms together, lift your hands so your thumbs rest on your forehead as a reminder to think from a place of love and compassion and kindness towards others and especially towards yourself. And keeping the palms together, lower your hands so your thumbs rest by your lips as a reminder to speak from a place of love and compassion and kindness towards others and especially towards yourself. And then bring your thumbs back by your heart as a reminder to act from a place of love and compassion and kindness towards others and towards yourself. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me. I bow to you and give you so much thanks. I send you energy and love and light and grace. And I pray that this helps you move into your day this year. Well, in peace, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.